Okey-dokey. Oh, forgot to do a mic check. Testing. Well, it should be muted anyway. There's my mic. Yeah, mic's fine. I also slightly forgot to check the streaming info, so let's check that. See, this is one of the side effects of like not streaming in ages. You get out of your routine, you forget all the usual startup things. I remember from last time, because Iro swung by, so I forgot to remember to turn the overlay on, but I can't remember what it's called. Crap. There it is. Let's wait for the startup nonsense to go away there. Anyway, so got some updates to the calendar. Not the calendar, the calculator. Calculator's got a calculator in it now, so it can do math in the inputs. It's also got pool and group buttons up here now instead of down here. Like, some things have moved about. A lot of the stuff's like quite the same. One of the key things I've put in is I have formatted numbers the way I format them, not the way the internal libraries format them. So, for example, like we'll just pop up in a new tab so I can demonstrate. So I'll just put on Blueprint Designers for giggles. So you can do recurring numbers in a variety of ways. Ooh, too many brackets. So the internal library supports recurring numbers specified this way. You can also put an optional R on the end because it's just ignored. We can, see the numbers going up and down. There is a little bit of a delay there because I am doing a character by character parse on these sometimes. So, like, that's why there's that little bit of jank there. It might not be visible on the stream because it doesn't catch the validation overlay. Because when you type in an invalid number, actually no, that does capture on stream. So yeah, this might not have been shown when the jank was happening because it was going away that quickly. Anyway, yes, waffle. So we can enter recursive numbers like this. You can enter recursive pattern sequences like that. Then you can also enter them the way I type them out, which is with the square brackets. And then, blah. As mentioned, you can also do math in here. So if we want to do 1.3 recurrent, we can also do 4 divided by 3. Which is also 1.3 recurrent. The characters supported in the math operations are plus, minus, divide, multiply, other multiply, and modulo. So you do all those. You've also got brackets as well. Times, we can do 2 times 5. I've got no idea what the actual result of that is, but I'm going to assume that it works well, because I've got a high degree of coverage on the code of this. So what this all boils down to is you can see it through the background here. On here, I have 25.6 RUPM concrete noted down. Now, somewhere in here is this thing, but it means that I can actually add in 25.6 RUPM, and I don't have like random numbers left over. So we've got that to fix. The other thing we've got to fix is like the production groups. So we're going to add a bunch of those to organise these 42 pools better. So the first thing we're going to do is down here. We're going to name a group, call it Space Elevator Parts. I was going to give it a number in there, but I've got automatic numbering in. And then we add another group, call it Space Elevator Parts Supplies. And then we have another group. And we're going to call it Space Elevator Parts. And what you'll see here is we have the IDs appended to them. Or the counts of the conflicting thingies, I forget which one. Space Elevator Parts. No, yeah, so it has the ID attached to them. So that's 1 and 3 respectively there. I don't have drag and drop in here yet, but one of the things I considered doing was adding the ability to drag these pool buttons about and drop them into the group, not in order to do the assigning. But the way that works at the moment is you open the pool up, go into the pool settings, set the group, boom, button moves up there. See that the control unit, that gonna go in ooh, actually, hang on a second, was that technically supplies for this floor? It is, yes. And then this is then technically Space Elevator Part Supplies. But we're going to organise them like more by floor. So we're going to go say Space Elevator Parts Floor 1, Space Elevator Parts Floor 2, we've got pool 3, that's these, so we can shove them into floor 2, and then the cable and the wire, they go into floor 2, and then we've got the wire there, that's also floor 2. Whee. So I'm going to do the organisation here first, and then I'm going to fix the numbers. Although I said that last time when I was going to do one passive thing, and I want to do another passive thing. I'll figure it out as I go along. Stuff that's recursive is clearly marked on the signage here, so you know, see, these aren't recursive, so I don't need to do any editing anywhere. But this is gonna be supplies floor 1. Also supplies floor 1. No recursive shit yet. Could definitely see where having drag and drop would be a lot easier, because in terms of UI interactions, that one of the things I remember is you get a better user experience the fewer clicks you have to complete an action, the better. So at the moment, in order to move pool 9 over to the supplies floor, what I have to do is click on pool 9, mouse down to the corner button, click on that, mouse up to the group drop down, select supplies floor, and then hit save. And then I have to repeat that over and over and over again. Now, one of the things I might want to consider is what happens if I'm dropping stuff from this pool into other pools. Is do I like automatically switch to the next pool in the list? I'm thinking I don't, because if I've taken the action to, well, I might, if I'm doing drag and drop, I might. If I'm clicking on them, I want to keep it there. But if I'm dragging and dropping stuff about, maybe that's a sufficiently distinct interaction that you can get away with a different outcome. It's all things to consider. Oop, wrong button. Shouldn't that be 1 pressure conversion cube? Or what? This might be a thing with optional recipes that I forgot to account for when I originally set it up. I've got a vague recollection of realising that on the previous test stream. Here we go, first opportunity to do things with recursive numbers. So we have to add a new group. Then supplies floor 2. And then we're going to shift this Caterium ingot production into supplies floor 2. And then we need to make this recursive. So if I just go bloop, that's one way of doing it. And it updates down there, it's recursive, yay. The other way of doing it is you can put the math in. So say 1 divided by 3 divided by 10. So I think if we don't divide it by 10, it makes it, yeah, 8-3. Like, that's one way of doing it. But the most straightforward way of doing it is if you know that it's a single number. Bloop. Just make it recursive. It's like non-recursive, recursive. And then you can also see that the handling of recursive sequences does some fun things. So we can see here, Caterium OR as just forever saying 5, like 99, blah 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 blah. Then we've put that 4 on. This is where some of the issues I was having last time came from. When I was rounding up to account for the lack of support for recursive sequences, I was getting stuff left over, and we don't want that. So we set it to 46.53 recurring. We get 139.6 Caterium OR needed. double check that math. Pull up deuterium ingot. It is 3 times as much ore as it is ingot. So you have 46.53 times 3. You get 139.59. And then because that's recursive, it rounds up to 0.6. Yay! Right. Next thing. We have several recursives here, but these are on the output side. I mean, it's going to be on the total side as well, really. So we have going to pool 19, which is wire. Yep. Pool 19 is 383 recurring. Now, it's a possibility not all of these have been updated. Yeah, I might have to do a rebuild because that's now been rounded back to 334. So if I'll just quickly check if I can get this fix alive. Where's the flinging one? Config dialog. Okay, so we take off the pattern restriction because we want to support all the funky stuff. And I go open. I'm narrating what I'm doing in the code editor because I can't be bothered to set it up to capture in OBS. Open lit.html in a new tab. Lit.html being the file that has all the lit.html shit in. That just slaps item.amount directly in, which must mean the problem exists in the save handler. There we go. Parse it, is string, da 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 da. Well, it says input to calculation for appending the output. Let's check if to amount string isn't left anywhere in the code because I took that out. Round off, is that left in? Nope. Let's check where it is in the underlying stuff. Because there's a UI project separate from the calculator project. Round off being the function that handled the 6-digit rounding, because docs.json's decimals are all 6-digit thingies. Here we go. So round off is only called in toAmount string, and if toAmount string isn't being called inside the UI project, it won't be that that's doing it. That's a problem. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit save, and even though I haven't necessarily fixed the issue, I want to get rid of that pattern element because something inside the code for the UI project filters out input events from inputs that are not valid, and if I'm entering a recursive number into a input which expects the old 6-digit decimal limit, it's going to say, oh, this is not valid, let's not handle it. So we've just got to do a quick rebuild. Let's pop in here because the quickest way for me to check that this has worked is checking DevTools to see that that element right there no longer has the pattern attribute on. And in fact, I should double check all of the files. All of the inputs have pattern removed. What's that one? Yep, production flinging. Let's take that off. Let's cancel the build. Oh, apparently I forgot to hit save. Remove pattern attribute. I haven't merged this into the main branch, and it's kind of moot because the two projects aren't public yet. Not all of it might be public. Docs.json's public because of the utility I see, and having something that gets other developers up to speed with making their own tools. Because parsing those embedded data strings inside docs.json is quite a headache. And the fact that the validator goes in and throws stuff up if there's updates to the game. So you don't have to go double check a whole bunch of things manually. There's the rebuild done. Push that up. Sync with server. I've still got to get these bundles sorted, so if I don't edit a bundle, like if I've edited lit html.ts, I shouldn't be getting a bundle update in the generated schema. Right, let's get this reloaded. Because the I can't remember if I had it live the last time I was doing a test stream, but I put some roll-up bundle configs in, so whenever there's a new build, that gets updated, and all of the different modules are in sub-files, so actually syncing an update is quicker in theory. Because it's like a 6 megabyte file if it's done without the bundles. Anyway, let's load. There we go. So we're on pool 14. Pretty sure we weren't. Yeah. Oh no, we are. Right, yes. Okay, now something funky has gone on. I do have some filtering in the code that says if the amount in the output is 0, don't show the output. Because, you know, why bother? But we can see something odd is going on here. Now, the error I'm getting from the console is unsupported action within nesting, which means it is saved a broken deferred calculation. not necessarily deferred. Well, it looks like it should have, but so what's it complaining about? The search for the find as you type thing isn't searching the bloomin' text area for some reason. That's frustrating as hell. So I'll do this in Notepad. Right, here we go. So there's only one instance of deferred calculation, and that's on the deuterium ingots, which is on pool 13. So that's this bit here, which is very weird. I have to open this on the local copy because the local copies, the dev tools is falling over in the trying to look up the issues because files ain't there on the server. I can unhide the chat overlay now. Bloop. Not that anyone's chatting. Here we go. Tokenizer reduce. Unsupported action within nesting. Times 3 minus 0? What? Where's that come from? Input handler. Right, so the value on the input is being read in DevTools correctly. So it gets passed to recalculate. Oh, right, I get it now. So the times 3 that I'm seeing it in DevTools on the defer calculation is from I've got an idea where it's from. It picks up like the amount of ore and other things. here we go. So the code that I've got that handles math now. No, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's trying to do that. 46.53 times 3 minus 0. Now that looks like it should be fine. So the only thing I can be thinking of here is it's taken the 46.53 as a literal value and I've missed handling recursives somewhere in the code. So I guess I'm going to end the stream now and do that, like fix that offline, because that'll need like more time than is going to be entertaining to watch. Because like, it would just be me sitting in silence here, and I don't want to be like trying to narrate through what I'm doing in VS Code, because it'll take longer things to get to do, rather than just like thinking entirely within my head. So that's going to be it for now. I might be on later if I get this fixed promptly enough. Aside from that, I don't know when I'll be streaming next, because it's mostly a case of streaming. Like until I get these issues with the calculator fixed, I'm only going to be streaming when I'm testing the calculator. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.